right? What do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
We the best. Let's get it.
Are you ready?
It's time.
Welcome back to another Tuesday night episode of Tech Q&A with Tech Coach Ralph. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully you're having an amazing week. Hopefully you had an amazing weekend. So happy to have you guys here with us. Tonight is Tuesday, October 1st. Yes, we are already at October. We are heading towards the end of the year. Fast and furious. We are here to win. We are here to get it. Let's do it. Let's
get it.
So, this mic is, give me a second. There we go. I don't know how it got turned the other way. Anyway, you guys know how I get like all OCD-ish and stuff like that. But we're here. We are here, Tech Q&A tonight with me and the clone. Mitch, I need a name for the clone. Give me a name for the clone. What should I call the clone? I don't want to just call it clone. Give me a name for the clone. You know, I'm gonna delegate that task to you, Mitch. Give me a name for the clone. Anyways, let's get started with the show. I got my guy in the building, Javi. What's up, Javi? How are you doing tonight? Hit me with the jiu-jitsu, man. That's the name that his kids have anointed me at. Shout out to Javi and his daughters out there. And my guy in the building, Mitch, says take off the blazer, loosen up the tie. Superman is alive. I don't like that name, Mitch. I don't like that name. Anyways, we'll revisit that. We will revisit that. Let's go over into let's get started, right? I'm gonna run through this show schedule. Let's take care of some housekeeping real quick. So, first and foremost, I just want to say a big thank you to all of the newest subscribers and those who have been with me for a very long time. We are growing so quick. So let's just throw a round of applause to all of us. Man, did you see how fast we were growing over here? You know, like we just put in the work day in, day out. We don't miss. So shout out to all of you guys. Thank you. I appreciate you all the newest subscribers, those who have been with me for a while, those who are active when we go live, and those who watch from the clouds, and those who watch the pre-recorded videos and you find so much value in that. My goal here is to add value into your life. So I just want to say thank you so much. Really appreciate you guys. And I say a big shout out to all of the tech savages out there. Check out the Patreon at techcoachralph.dev. We have I just dropped a video today on the Patreon on how to use Glassdoor and AI to help you prepare for interviews. Great stuff. So shout out to the tech savages. Those are the tech barbarians, those who work with me one-on-one, work with me on projects so that we can help you level up to get your technical skills up so that you can land that job and get that career shift that you've been looking for, or just to level up in your career. Shout out to the Tech Prodigy members, to the technical explorers. Shout out to everyone who has joined the Patreon. We are growing quickly. We're growing. So I just want to say I appreciate you all. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you.
And shout out to the tech mercenaries, those YouTube members that help support the YouTube channel. Really appreciate you guys. You cannot do this without you. And of course, I have to give a big shout out to the bag chasers as always.
Money.
And of course, we can never ever forget. Shout out to your car and the tech pookies.
Hey.
Appreciate you all for the support. We cannot make it happen without you. And with that being said, do me a big favor. If you are new here, or maybe you're not new here, but you haven't subscribed yet, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can know every time that we go live and drop new content. Subscribe so you can chat with me. If you have a question about tech, about whatever, subscribe, join us in the chat, or you can call in. That reminds me, let me turn on the call-in link right now while we talking about it. That way, if you have a question, feel free to call in. Is it posted? I don't know if the link is posted to the top of the chat. Let me check. Is the link in the chat? If not, I will post it to the top. I will pin it to the top of the chat. Let's see here. Now that. Give me a second here because I want to interact with you. It is not posted. All right, hold on. Let me get it posted. We're going to go with, where are we? Right there, and we're gonna go with boom, that one right there, and we're gonna pin that. Boom, it's pinned to the top of the chat. So if you have a question, if you want to call in, you want to talk to me one-on-one, feel free to click the link and call in, and we can have a conversation. All right, with that being said, let's continue with all right, so yeah, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications, you know, every time we go live and drop new content. Subscribe so you can be able to chat with us, talk to Mitch, talk to your car, talk to Javi, talk to Alexis when she gets here, talk to all of us in the chat. And do me a big favor, go to techcoachrob.dev. You can sign up for free, get access to our sprint reviews, get access to, so I've been doing something right. The videos that are for the tiered members of Patreon. Today I tried something with the new video. I did a video drop. I made it public, or I made it free access for like 4 or 5 hours, and then I switched it to private tiered access. But you know, so if you sign up, you can probably catch some of those videos, that will help you to level up for a few hours as soon as they get released. But then after that, they're going to be for the tiered members. So definitely want to check that out. That is techcoachrob.dev. You can also sign up to work with me one-on-one, either as a tech barbarian or as a tech prodigy, one-on-one coaching calls, work on some projects, get similar to a video that I released today on your roadmap into tech. The video today was specifically about QA, but it works for tech in general. So sign up to work with me today, techcoachrob.dev. The spots are limited. They are running out. We have barely a few spots left, but you know, if you are interested, you know what to do, right? techcoachrob.dev. So with that being said, that is the announcements to get started, our thank yous, all of that, our gratitudes. All right, before I get into, I'm going to run through this show schedule real quick, but before I even do that, I just want to say that John Amos passed away today. If you guys don't know who John Amos is by name, he was the dad on Good Times. Probably he played in a bunch of other movies as well, but he passed away today. So that is sad news. But he was like, what, 83? He was up there in age, but he was a great actor. Whenever I think of John Amos, my first thought of him is him throwing the chair in Good Times at the wall because he was mad about something. But yeah, so rest in peace to John Amos, who passed away today. A very, very, a great actor, I must say. All right. So now let me just run through this show schedule real quick. So I'm gonna highlight one in particular, but I'm just gonna say this, and I'm gonna highlight due to contractual obligations. But Sunday afternoons, software explorations, DevOps. Tuesday night, like tonight, Q&A. Thursday night, software explorations. We're working on the economic dictionary app, and then we have our morning shows Mondays and Wednesdays. We get started between 7:30 8 a.m. where we're working on news and mobile development. But all right, the show I'm going to make sure I mention is our Saturday morning show, right? That is the Men Lie, Women Lie, Numbers Manipulate show. And that's where we review our weekly economic numbers, our weekly economic data to see how the economy is doing. Is it moving on the right direction? Are we just going to believe what they tell us? Have 818,000 jobs vanished in the past year? Who knows? That's what we review on Saturday mornings. And as it says here, always mention co-hosted by Mitch and Yakar from the chat. So I'm mentioning it under contractual obligations. I have to mention that particular show, and it says it literally right here. Always mention Mitch and Yakar. So that is mentioned. Yakar doesn't care. Mitch does. So I've mentioned it. I've met my contractual obligations. We are good to go. Let's continue. So our pre-recorded content, Mondays, Candid Conversations. Had a great one yesterday. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Wednesday, Software Explorations. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about Sprint, daily like stand-up meetings, daily Scrum meetings. That's going to be a good one. Fridays, we have the Bug Bite. Don't even remember what we were talking about this Friday, but check it out. We review different industry-related bugs. Very, very good stuff. And then throughout the week, we have shorts as well as clips from the Q&A show. And we're going to be getting clips from the other live streams where we're working on stuff. That way we reduce all the fun that we're having and just get straight to the point. That is what we're going to be doing. So I'm working on that. It's coming soon. With that being said, that is our housekeeping. Do me a big favor. If you haven't done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification so you know every time that we go live and drop new content. Check out the Patreon at techcoachralph.dev. You sign up for free today and see all the stuff that we have to offer over there, especially one-on-one coaching. Spots are limited. All right. So as we get started, right, I'm going to do a quick little icebreaker because I saw this on X and I was like, what in the world is this? So let me go over to share that with you real quick, and then we're going to get started with the show, right? So let's go over to... Boom. All right, so it says, for those of you working in IT, don't worry, your job is safe. So this lady right here has a MacBook in her hand, or maybe it might be a MacBook Air, either a MacBook Pro or MacBook Air. All right, so sound is on. All right, I'm going to play this for you guys. All right, so let's see what happens.
Just like that.
My gosh.
And lifting it up.
Oh.
Voila.
Is it gonna work?
Of course it's
Is it
gonna
gonna
work.
turn on?
Now we're gonna open it,
Which
power
one
it
is-
on, and I want an apology from you behind
see
me.
it.
When you see that it's gonna
See it.
work.
Okay, you're gonna
Okay?
turn on.
You gotta hit the power button and see if
Okay,
it
here
starts
we go.
sparking.
It's not gonna spark. What did I tell you?
It's
It's
not
starting up.
working.
It's starting up.
It doesn't work.
Hold on, it might be out
It's
of
not
battery.
working. No, you fried it.
No, I didn't fry it. You know how when you get a new computer, it might not have sufficient battery?
You killed it.
They come fully
You
charged.
killed the computer.
No, sometimes they
Yeah.
don't. Not the company computers.
you
I just
killed
have to
it.
charge it.
Yeah, I think
You're
you
in
killed
trouble.
I'm not in trouble.
You're in trouble.
I just have to charge it, okay? You'll see. It'll work. It's gonna work.
Hey, John, when you
Yeah.
back from lunch.
But it came out really cool, huh? Look.
it. Yeah, that looks nice though.
See? It's gonna work. I'm gonna charge it now.
Yeah, it definitely killed it.
Well, what a way to start the show. Yeah, she did that. So, let me check the chat and then we will get into our questions for today. And all right, so we got my guy Javi says jiu-jitsu. Man, shout out to Javi. And Mitch says, nope, not me. Rough day. Now I can let loose. You know what, Mitch? I got a special one for you, Mitch. And we are not naming the clone of that at all. It says, I have a question. I have two. Do you have a question or do you have two? whatever your question is, Mitch, feel free to ask. Don't be like Ferris and ask on the wrong day. Tonight is the right day to ask. So go ahead and ask your question. I will make sure I answer you. Says he was Lisa's dad in Freshman. That is true. That is true. Awesome. See, look at awesome memory. Mitch has that memory of an elephant. And Jupiter says that's a negative test case that passed. That's a good point. That is a good point. Yeah, don't do that test case. Don't do that test case. That might not end up too well for you. All right, so Mitch, I'll be waiting for your question, but we're gonna get started with the show. So let's get to our first question of the night. Let's see here. It's been a while. I have to remember how to use all my controls over here. All right, let's do it.
Another one.
So, facing layoff after Dell return to office policy. So this one says, hello, I have worked for Dell for 6 years. Or I'm sorry, it says, Dell just enforced 100% return to office and I'm remote and feel that I will be laid off. What do I do? Well, I think I spoke about that yesterday in Candid Conversations, but hello, I have worked for Dell for 6 years. Before the vid, we always had 2 days a week work from home, but they are getting rid of even that. Now it's 5-day mandatory, which is really shocking. I expected Dell to go pre-vid policies at least. Anyways, I'm a remote employee. I gave up the ability to get a promotion or raise to stay remote, but unfortunately the cost of living is superseding my once more than plentiful paycheck, and I feel that Dell will be laying me off because I am remote. I enjoy working remote. It's better for my focus and I always got more done because I don't have distractions at home. I want to continue remote work, but I am not sure where to go if Dell lays me off. Where have others gone after Dell that have worked remote for them with better pay and remote policies? I work a sales role with some low-level OT help desk knowledge. I have a side business after hours detailing jets. Oh, that's interesting. I did not see that one coming. But I'm curious what options are out there. For context for why I moved during the vid, I got divorced and escaped a DASA stalking situation. Oh my God, that escalated quickly. All right, so I heard that I was listening to something, right? It says if you don't know the answer, if you are wrong, just start off like the answer of I started off as a middle class kid fixes everything. I don't know if that's going to work, but I do have some insight on this answer, so I will answer, right? So let's start our timer. All right, so Dell enforcing 100% return to office. You accepted the job as remote, but now they're saying, sorry, not sorry, you have to come into the office. What do you do? What do you do? Well, I would say it's honestly, you have two things to do, right? Number one, continue to work for Dell until they make a final decision. Like do not quit. You know how the saying goes,
Do not come.
do not quit, right? Do not quit your job at Dell. That is a great job to have. But in the meantime, you're going to have to start to upskill whatever it is that you do, sales, you say, right? So start upskilling, start getting more information and start looking for other jobs. Get your resume ready. Start applying for a bunch of other jobs, right? So that you can start going through the interview process, get your resume right. Being in sales, I think a sales job is probably one of the most easiest jobs to land because if you don't sell, they'll get rid of you, right? But is also though with a sales role, if you are a great seller and you're a great salesperson and a high like producer, you kind of have a little bit of leverage because now let's say you're selling for I don't even know what a good number for Dell is, but let's say you're selling for $1 million a year for Dell, right? You're getting these big contracts and all that good stuff, and the next person is selling for like 100,000. I'll be fair. Let's say they're selling for 250,000, right? For them to have to lose you because of like you're working remotely, but you're like they're gonna be losing the next level down is 750K. They might work with you. Is that for certain? I have no idea. I don't work for Dell, but you do have some leverage. And guess what? If you are amazing salesperson, then that means other companies are gonna want you too. And while companies like Amazon, Dell, possibly Meta, X require you to be in office, there are a lot of companies that are smaller that don't require it, and they pay pretty well. They pay pretty well as well. So I would not be like going crazy over Dell returning to office because listen, you working for Dell in the sales department, that is a great accomplishment as already being able to work for Dell. Right. So I would leverage that and I would continue to work there. Do not quit, because if they're going to lay you off, you'll probably get a severance and you just, take all the stuff that you learned working for Dell for the past 6 years, you beef up your resume, you start applying for other companies so you can, and apply first for the ones that you do not want. So that way you can go through those interview processes and get a feel. Cause that means if you've been working for them for 6 years, you are very, very rusty at interviewing, right? You're very rusty at interviewing. So you need like, I remember when I was looking for a job last year, my very first interview was a pretty good company that I would have killed it at, but I was so like, I hadn't interviewed in like, God knows how long. Right. So, so I didn't do that well in that interview. And then I was like, all right, cool. I went to every single interview request after that, and and all the way to so now I'm a master interviewer, and now like just creating content every day. Like I'm interviewing every single day for subscribers to let me add value into their lives the same way I add value into my company's life, right? So that's my thought behind it, right? Start preparing now. You see, one thing I do like I think is terrible that people do is they think that everything is great and nothing can change. And the same way that a company can require you, like I was talking about this yesterday, the same way a company can require you to go back to return to office, even if you accepted a position as remote and said, well, we want you to be in office. We're gonna help you relocate and things of that nature. If you like things change, nothing is guaranteed in life. Nothing is guaranteed except for taxes and death. And death might be debatable, right? Death might be debatable, but taxes for sure are always going to be guaranteed. So that's why you need to continuously improve, continuously make a game plan, continuously level up, apply for jobs, go on interviews, because guess what? You might apply for some jobs, right? And now, like you're working for Dell, and they tell you that you can't work remote anymore. And now some company comes and they offer you like twice as much as Dell is offering you, or with some type of commission, and who knows what. I don't know much about sales, but they might come and offer you, somebody might come and sweep you off your feet, right? And offer you much better conditions, working for remotely, and you still get to detail your jets, which that is pretty impressive, I must say, being a jet detailer, whatever that might consist of. But that's my thoughts. I would not be worried about it. I would say it's time to, while you have the opportunity, start to level up, go start practicing and all that good stuff so that you will be you'll be the superstar. You'll be the superstar, right? With that being said, I'm gonna wrap that question up. Alrighty then. So that was the first one. Let's get to it. Let me see what we got in the chat. Let me see. I'm trying to stop at 9 p.m. today so we can catch a debate. I want to catch a debate. All right. So Mitch said he had a question. Let's see what Mitch says. So let's see. So Mitch says, what are your thoughts on the Docker strike? One of the things they are striking about is they don't want automation. Let me me see if I can. Give me a second, Mitch. Let me see if I can do something so I can put this up. Actually, no, I know what I'll do. I will just do this and that. All right, cool. So, and I'll fix that after. All right. So let me start this as a question, and then we will, and I'll answer that. All right. So I'll read it again.
Another one.
What are your thoughts on the Docker strike? One of the things they are striking about is they don't want automation. So I am more than happy to share my thoughts on the whole Docker employees union strike. Let me throw up a 5-minute timer. So here are my thoughts on the whole thing, right? I think that in the immediate time and future, they're going to cave, right? The companies, whoever is doing the negotiations, they're going to cave, right? However, you might win the battle, but the question is, who is going to win the war? And what do I mean by that? So this is what I mean. I can think of 15 to 21 million reasons that the current people are part of the union, the current union, might not be around in the next, let's say they do the contract for 7 years or 5 years or whatever, right? Because 77% increase in pay, good Lord, that's a lot of money. Good Lord, that's a lot of money. Don't laugh at my accent. Don't laugh at my accent. But for real, right? I think there's a a 15 to 21 plus million reason to make a deal now and then replace them with people who are not going to be part of a union and who will be willing to work for a lot less. So that's one part of it, right? The other part about the automation, what is it saying? Resistance is futile? You are not, like, manual versus technology. You're going to lose that, you're going to lose that battle every single time. They tried to stop the horse and buggy people tried to strike against the auto industry. And then the auto, and then taxi people were trying to lobby and advocate against Uber and Lyft. Look at it now. When, small mom and pop stores are like saying, these big businesses and stuff, they're running us out of town and stuff like that. We got Walmart, we got Target. We got, I'm pretty sure at some point they were unhappy with like the whole Costco and BJ's model and stuff of that nature. You are not going to stop technology. When humans artificially intervene in progress and growth, then let me break it down to you like this, all right? Let's Part of my job is to find where the bottlenecks are and find a way to work around those bottlenecks. So if the human is being the bottleneck, I'm like, all right, cool. Let me see, like, Q automation, right? Before automation, it was a bunch of manual testing, and you would have books like this big that needs to be like tested, and it was just terrible. And now, an automation script that I run every single day accurately does a job of like something that I run every single day does a job of what, let's say, 50 people would do in a month. For them to do it one time in a month, 50 people, I get it done every single day in about an hour. And I can run it as many times as I want. So if you think that you are going to stop automation from happening, then not only is the automation going to happen, but they're going to just hire people who can control the automation. So instead of not embracing technology and see, okay, how can I not get left behind? How can I play a role in this emerging technology? You're just gonna whine and complain about it, and try to force something for a few years. When guess what? Like it's just like dumb, right? Because what I would be doing is, while all right, fine, you want a 77% pay increase, you want no automation, cool. You're not and you want to sign a contract for 7 years, cool. Every single minute, I would not sleep. If I'm the ones in charge, right? If it's my company, every single minute for the duration of that contract that I was forced to sign because you didn't want to meet me in the middle, I am going to find a way to replace every single person who stood against me. And I'm going to find ways to automate it, and like Patrick Bet-David has a book, his most recent book, Choose Your Enemies Wisely. So that's my take on that whole doc strike and them not wanting automation thing. Just be careful. Choose your enemies wisely. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all that I gotta say about that. All right, so that was a good one. Thank you. That was a great one, Mitch. All right, let's go to. Let me go to some more questions. Or not more questions, but let me go through the chat. I will come back to your Google question, Mitch. And Mitch says, I'm even upskilling. Shout out to my guy, Mitch. And it says, sales probably one of the most stressful jobs. Oh, tell me about it. Like, but sales makes you strong though. I think it makes you very, very strong. Let's see what else we got. Mitch says, that's why my manager tells me you don't owe the job anything, meaning do what's best for you. One of the best managers I ever had. Shout out to that manager. See, but Mitch, on the opposite side though, right? Employees feel like the job and the employers owe them something. And I'm like, here's what I'm going to take a very, very, very slight, like a 0.5%, right? A 50 basis point disagreement with your manager, right? Or with that manager. You owe the job you doing what you agree to do as your job. And the job owes you compensation for you doing what you said you're going to do for the job. That's it. That's the agreement, right? And you guys work together and you make it amicable and stuff like that. But if at any moment there is a separation, whether you have to go your own way or the job says we're going in a different direction, then thank you. I appreciate it. You give them
I appreciate you.
It's like, oh my, you can't be like, oh my God. Like, if you didn't properly prepare, then that's on you. That is on you. Okay. So that's all that I got to say about that. And your car says, unbuckle the belt. What? Roll up a who? What? Startup AWS tech pookies are in the building. Well, that escalated quickly. All right. Let's see. Salute to you as well. Your car, how are you doing today? Hopefully you're having an amazing day today. Let's see. It says the two questions I asked is for you to answer too. Okay, cool. It says no. I'm pretty sure it starts at 9. It starts at 9. Everywhere that I saw it starts at 9. Let's see. It says you didn't see. It says you didn't see it. Yeah, I heard. I saw it. I saw it on YouTube today that they were striking. And I'm gonna come back to your other question as well. It says I think it's the same with the auto workers, train workers, and dock workers. They all want job protection. You can't fault them for that. It needs to be some kind of retraining for them to stay employed. Who's supposed to retrain them? Who is supposed to retrain them? Don't get me started.
Do not come.
Let's see. Teamsters not going for it. I'm just saying. I don't know who or what a Teamster is. Let's see. It says it was the UAW that sold out and you can replace with Let's see. It says, but as of right now, depending on how long strike is, it's gonna mess up a lot of supply chains. That's what I said. They're gonna have to agree. They're gonna have to cave. They're gonna have to lose the battle for now. But who will win the war? And the card says Ralph is on his villain arc with big tech. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna lose. I am not gonna lose. We got Alexis in the building. Shout out to Alexis. And probably to start the show, or maybe during the first break on Thursday, I'm gonna share some insight, some valuable insight that I got from Alexa. Something that I normally would want to suggest, but I kind of hold back. But that's gonna be on Thursday, right? So you definitely want to tune in on Thursday. Let's see. Let me see. All right. Let me go to Mitch's other question real quick. Right. So Mitch says in his other question. Let me start up the timer for that one. Another great question by Mitch, as usual. Let's get to it.
Another one.
Did you see that Google is investing $1 billion in Thailand to build data centers and AI? What? I did not see that. But we shall address it anyways. So... is that the question? I should have made sure that's the question first. But let me see. So I did not see that, but I mean, they're going to go where labor is cheap. And another question is, how many people does it take to actually man a data center? I don't know. But my thoughts on Google investing $1 billion in Thailand is, yeah. So here's the interesting thing. Here's the interesting part. The interesting part about it, right? So if Google is investing $1 billion in Thailand to build data centers, they are not selling a actual product, an actual physical product that tariffs can be applied to. That might be a play. Because they're not bringing a product back, right? But here's another thing, though. Here's another thing with the data centers being built in I mean, there's so many different things that can be like with that, right? Because AWS, Amazon, they have servers all over the world, and the reason that they have it all over the world is because of the access from those regions. So, for instance, if I'm building an application and it's mostly going to be access from the US, then I'm going to want to build host it on in the regions that are closest to where the users are going to be, so that they can have faster data transfer. So if Google is building a data center in Thailand, depending on what the use of that data center is, I might not be inclined to use that data center because of the distance between here and Thailand. But if they are, let's say they are trying to increase their reach into the Asian market, then people who are in that area, they're going to want to host their data using those data centers. So there's a couple of different things that factors into that. Now, if they were investing that $1 billion into the data centers to have people to be able to service those data centers that are across the world, then that's a different story. But if they're just building data centers, then it's it can mean many different things. So I wouldn't look too much into it. And they're investing for AI. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. But here's the funny thing is, when I was traveling last week, right? So on Friday when I'm taking my flight, and I'm flying across like the Midwest or whatever you call it, and there is so much empty land over there, which data centers could go there, right? So my question is, why don't data centers go there? I think it was Kevin O'Leary who was talking about he was investing in building data centers in like either North Dakota or South Dakota or something to that extent. So I think when tech companies are building out infrastructure, it can mean multiple different things on why they choose particular locations, such as, like I was saying, with if Google is trying to increase their reach, because I've connected to I've used AWS for in regions in Europe and the Asia, like in Asia, like Southeast Asia, Northeast Asia, and especially like in the US as well. So it's there's like I think I'll need a little bit more context into what exactly they're doing, but they're like everyone like data centers are going to keep growing because people are moving away from hosting locally to putting everything in the cloud. And there's so many, like in the data centers, there's so many different types of computing that's happening. And Google, AWS, Microsoft Azure, always competing with one another. So I don't know. It's tricky, but many reasons to do it. That's my thoughts. Those are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts on that one. Let's wrap that question up real quick. All right, let's go. Let me check the chat again to see where we are at. We got to, let me see. It says, agree, but you know how this guy is. What? Who, me? This guy? I don't know what you're talking about. It says they want the increase because the West makes way more, but it also costs a lot more to live in the West, though, right? Doesn't it cost a lot more to live in the West? So I don't know. Man, all I'm saying, don't threaten me. Don't threaten me. All right, that's all I'm saying. It says, your card says Q&A people. Say what you will. Say what you will. It says, yeah, I left that part out. She said all that. Let me see. Let's see. So, you see your girl Angela Rye getting cooked. What? Let's say, don't.
Do not come.
What are my thoughts on what in particular? Let's see. You're talking about Byron Donalds from the great state of Florida. That's what he's talking about. That's the congressman's name, Byron Donalds from the great state of Florida. Let's see. Let's see. I had a question for Mitch and your car actually. Feel free to answer. So you guys always tell us who you don't like and what companies you don't like. Can you just let's assume, like, can you just help us out and make the list short? Who do you like, right? Because we know you don't like Jamie Dimon. We know you don't like Jerome Powell. We know you don't like Apple. You don't like China. You don't like anybody. Who other than me, right? Because I know you guys like me, all right? Who doesn't like me? But who do you like? Let me know, who do you guys like? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. It says they need water and they are actually toxic. It's like the old days where they used to build lead, asbestos, and forever chemical poisoning the water. It says, does it cost more? Now it depends on who you ask. Let's see. It says, you gotta get rid of that. Why are you always hating on my laugh? Goodness. Why are you always hating on my laugh? My goodness. Jeez. So mean. Why are you so mean, your car? Why are you so mean? Always hating on my laugh. I think I have a great laugh, all right? Says nothing is funny. You guys, I tell you, you guys are so mean. You guys are so mean. Mitch says, I like Jay-Z and Steph Curry. So you like people who add absolutely no value into your, not saying the other guys do, but those two, they add absolutely no value into the world. Hate Ralph. Okay, that works. Let me see. It says you like Kobe. Kobe, he did add some value into it. I must say, Kobe did add some value. The work that he was doing, coaching his daughter's team and working with them, that was pretty cool. I must say, I give him that. It says, let me see. I will play that for you.
You should know your role and shut your mouth.
Your car says he likes Mankind. Mankind was pretty cool. Mick Foley, yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that one. Let me see. And your car says he likes long walks on the beach. That's so sweet. That is so sweet. It says it's so hard to listen to. You guys are so mean. And it says you like crazy girls. That is true. He does like crazy girls. Let me see. Don't let me tell Dr. You who your mentor is. Who's my mentor? Who is my mentor? I get it now. The laugh is Ralph's way of I would never troll you. Come on, guys. Come on. It says 35 feet. I'm shooting in the gym. Let's go. Let's get it. What's his name? Uncle Bob. Uncle Bob. Isn't Uncle Bob Uncle Bob is the developer guy. One of my favorite developer guys. Oh, that meant yeah. Let him know. Uncle Bob is one of my favorite mentors. Learned so much from him, I must say. All right. Anyways, let's get to our next question. Let's do me a favor though. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time that we go live and drop new content, as well as if you want to call in, ask a question, feel free to call in, click the link, and we'll have a conversation, right? We will have a conversation. But let's get to our next question though. So let's get to it.
Another one.
Should I quit a well-paying job? So I am a few months into a good job in terms of pay and position, but nothing of the actual work gets me going. It's a huge corporation with too much unnecessary complexity for me to feel at ease. Lots of pretend positions and menial tasks to be done. I am basically an overqualified and expensive administrator, which goes completely against my ambition. It does give flexible working hours and such goodies, but the few hours I actually do work, it drains my spirit.
Bruh.
Not really sure what is the best course of action here, as I have switched a lot of jobs in the past years and nothing really suits me, to be honest. It's starting to get old now for the ones at home with me quitting everything. I know what I want to do. I know I want to do something creative, but that wouldn't provide me a comfortable lifestyle financially. Which do I get now? But I am still, which I do get now, but I'm still not enjoying it. All right, you know what? For this one, we definitely need, because I might be too mean, the clone will definitely be a much better person to answer this question. So let's go to the clone, and we are going to call into the clone. What? Give me a second here. Why are we not logged in? All right, let's get back to the clone. So the question is, should I quit a high? I'm gonna ask the clone, and then I'm gonna start the clock. All right.
Hi, I'm Tech Coach Ralph. How can I help?
Hey, Tech Coach Ralph. I have a friend who is thinking about quitting their very well, high-paying job with a great position because they say that it does not fulfill them. They feel bored, but the things that they are interested in will leave them broke. They don't got it. What should they do?
Your friend is facing a classic dilemma. It's crucial to weigh the emotional satisfaction against financial stability. Before making any drastic moves, they should explore ways to find fulfillment within their current role. Maybe they can negotiate new responsibilities or projects that align more with their passions. If they're set on a change, they should build a financial cushion and start small with their interests on the side. This way, they can test the waters without jeopardizing their financial security. Have they considered seeking advice from a mentor or coach to explore their options?
Well, that's what I'm trying to help them with, but I don't want to be too mean when I answer them because, sometimes some people say I'm not that nice and that I can be quite mean. But I think that the problem is that the things that they probably enjoy, they probably want to be someone who just plays video games all day long, and that it doesn't pay well, especially if they're not that good at video games. But they're making a lot of money right now, but they just want to be happy. They just want to be happy.
I get it. Your friend wants happiness, but let's be real here. Playing video games all day without a solid plan won't pay the bills. It's crucial to find a balance. They should explore ways to integrate their passion into a side hustle while maintaining their current job. This way, they can test the waters without risking financial stability. Encourage them to seek mentorship from someone who has successfully transitioned into gaming or a related field. They need a strategy, not just a dream. How about suggesting they start a gaming blog or YouTube channel to see if there's potential there?
I would suggest that, but they're probably honestly, they'll probably get started and they're gonna and then they're going to do it for a 2 weeks and then they're probably gonna quit because honestly, I think that's what most people end up doing. So
Sometimes people jump into things without a solid plan, and that's where they falter. It's not just about starting, it's about sustaining that momentum. Your friend needs to understand that success in any field, even gaming, requires discipline and consistency. They should set clear, achievable goals and track their progress. Maybe they can find a community or a mentor who can keep them accountable. It's about building habits that lead to long-term commitment. Have you thought about helping them create a structured plan or finding someone who can guide them through the initial hurdles?
well, once they sign up for the Tech Coach Ralph Patreon with a coaching tier, then I will be more than happy to help them. But until then, no. I think that I stumbled the clone. Did you hear what I said, clone? I said until they sign up for the Tech Coach Ralph Patreon, where I can coach them one-on-one, I will not give them any additional help.
Hey, I get where you're coming from. You want your friend to take that step and invest in themselves. It's like I always say, success is a two-way street. They've got to show they're serious about leveling up. Once they join the Patreon, they become part of the team, and that's when the real work begins. Until then, it's all about them making that commitment to their own growth. So, what's the next move for you? Are you planning to have a chat with them about this, or are you waiting for them to make the first move?
I'm waiting for them to make the first move. They should book a consultation call with me so that we can have a conversation about what their options are.
Exactly. They need to show they're serious about this. It's all about taking that first step. Once they book that call, we can dive deep into their goals and figure out a game plan tailored just for them. It's not just about playing games, it's about playing the right game. When they're ready to commit, that's when the real transformation begins. Have you set up a way for them to easily book this call, or are you waiting for them to reach out directly?
Yeah, they can go to techcoachingwithralph.com and they can sign up for a free consultation. You know, it's actually free, a free consultation for 15 minutes, and we can have a conversation, see where they're at, and help them out with that.
That's the right move. A free 15-minute consultation is a solid starting point. It gives them a chance to explore their options without any pressure. Once they take that step, we can dive deep into their goals and figure out the best path forward. It's all about taking action and showing they're committed to their growth. When they're ready to book, we'll be here to guide them through the process. Do you think they'll take the plunge soon, or are they still on the fence?
I think most people are stubborn and on the fence. They don't do what's in their best interest, but we'll find out. Can you repeat to me that quote one more time that you said about success being a two-way street? That was a really, really good quote. And do you mind if I use it?
Success is a two-way street. You've got to show you're serious about leveling up. It's not just about wanting it, it's about putting in the work and making that commitment. Feel free to use it. It's all about taking action and showing dedication. Do you think your friend will take the plunge and book that consultation soon, or are they still hesitant?
We shall find out soon. Thank you so much for your help. Well, that's what the clone thinks about that. So I'm gonna wrap that one. That was a pretty awesome quote. I must say that was a pretty awesome quote. All right, let's wrap that one up. All right, let me check the chat real quick, see where we're at. It says back in the days, but she was Kama Chameleon. All right. It says, what's his name? Uncle Bob. Robert C. Martin. Yes. Yep. Let me see. Mitch says Ralph worships the enemy. What? No, Mitch. No, I do not. You know why? You know why I do not worship the enemy, Mitch? Because I am the enemy. I understand sometimes good money not even worth it if you. I understand sometimes good money not even worth it if you hate what you do. Wrong. Nope. Give me my money. Give me my money. Because guess what? I don't go to work to feel great and stuff like that. If you are paying me enough, then I will do the job. I'll put on a fake smile, a fake laugh, and everything to do the job if you are paying me enough to do that. And then I will just fire up a stream and hang out with my friends on YouTube and, do the things that I love separately on the side. But no, zero bags fumbled. All right. We don't miss.
Money. Hey.
0 bags fumbled. All right. 0 bags fumbled. We don't fumble. All right. Let me see. It says, I remember those days. It says, Yukar says, what? You got to keep that job until you find something better. But here's the problem with finding something better. Here's the problem, Yukar. The stuff that's quote unquote better does not pay them. It doesn't pay them. So, got to figure it out. You got to figure it out. And Yukar is being mean. Yukar is being mean. He says, suck it up, Buttercup. What?
How dare you?
That is so mean. That is so mean. And Mitch says, Ralphie the clone. And it says, better to be drained and spending money than to be broke and sitting on your. That's a good point. That is a great point. It says, that is true. Mitch agrees. I was real miserable, though. Nobody knew. And then what did you do, Mitch? What did you do? Did you quit a high-paying job to go and make a lot less money? And then, because I agree with you, what did you do? What did you do? How did you solve your dilemma? Did you level up and get paid a lot more money so you can drive around that Lambo from Jersey to New York, but watch out so you don't hit a pothole and your whole front end goes off in New York, or you don't hit a rat, because if you hit a rat in New York driving that Lambo, it is not going to end well for you. It is not going to end well for you, right? But I hear you. And oh my goodness, stop the show. We got my guy Peter Investor in the building. Salute to you as well, Peter Investor.
I appreciate you.
Let me see. It says, you can make a lot of money playing video games. I'm not saying you can't. They have Twitch for that, right? I'm just saying, how many people are actually able to do it, though? You see, I think the problem that with this particular comment, right? The problem with this comment is that just because 5-6 people have done it, and then they're like, oh, I mean, you can make good money playing in the NBA as well. LeBron James became a billionaire. You can make good money rapping as well. Jay-Z. You can make good money playing tennis. Look at Serena Williams and Venus Williams and stuff like that. You can make good money swimming. Look at Michael Phelps. Whatever, right? We can go down the list and name a few people who did great. Mitch. On the interview that, and remember I told you guys the other day, who they put in front of you, it's what they think of you. Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes interviewed the possible future president of the United States. And when they're talking about a child tax credit for the first year that the child was born, this guy, Matt Barnes, when she said, $6,000 for the first year, this guy said, I could have used that. What in the, what?
Congratulations, you played yourself.
What sense is that? You're an NBA player. You drove an hour to fight Derek Fisher because he stole your wife or your girlfriend or something like that. And you're talking about, I could have used the $6,000 tax credit. Jesus Christ.
Bruh.
That's why I don't. It says, facts. Be miserable silently. You never know what management might do to make your job better, or the fact that you don't complain makes them come ask you what you would change. Yep, that's. Thank you, your car. It says, he might have, let me see. It says, that's what happened to me. That's what happened too. What it was with me was I did everything I could. It wasn't challenging anymore. I was just doing it to do it. You were doing it to get that bag.
Money. Hey.
Because at the end of the day, regardless of how much I might not like doing something, if there is a nice paycheck at the end of the road, that gives me a purpose for that until, like your car says, you find something better that will put you in a better situation. But if it is paying the bills, I will do it as happy as possible. and then I'll do something else. You know, imagine this, right? If I'm working this job that they're paying me an egregious amount of money, and I get to set my own schedule and stuff like that, you better believe I'm gonna be at jiu-jitsu all day long. I'll bring my laptop to jiu-jitsu and I'll be doing jiu-jitsu, and I'll just like in between rolls, I'll be like doing a little bit of work and then go back and roll for another 5-6 minutes and then do some more work. Man, do not threaten me with a good time. I'm just saying. I can talk about this all day long. It says, and that's the reason I'm even saying this, is so people can see even Mitch hated what he was doing. Okay. Like, Mitch made bad decisions in his life too. Everyone makes bad decisions, Mitch. You know, I'm just saying. I mean, there were some things that I did in my past that I probably should not have done myself. All right, so I'm just saying. It says that's when I'm glad I practice patience, because it's like God had that position for you the whole time. You just had to wait for your time to shine. And shout out. Let me see. AI Ralph is trying to do deep. Let me see. I think he is stealing my material. Probably. And it says, you need permission from your own AI. I'm just saying, fair use. All right, I'm just saying, I gotta be careful.
Ain't believe in us.
Gotta be careful. It says that was a very eloquent quote. I'm gonna have to clip that one up and use it because that was pretty awesome. I'm gonna make that a soundbite. All right. It says that's what said what. It says stop with the more you say stop, the more I will laugh. All right? I'm just saying. It says them potholes are insane. I know. I've been to New York before. It says AI Ralph is on another level. Deep thought from IBM. We do what we do. Oh my goodness. Did we? Oh my. Peter Investor is blessing me with a super chat. Shout out to Peter Investor for the super chat. I so appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
You are the best. And it says, I can't stand them at all. The potholes, yeah, those potholes. My comment is a problem. I'm just saying. It says, let me see. It says, but he speaking for her audience. Man, that thing was crazy, man. Come on. It's $6,000 divided by 12, $500 per month. Honestly, I don't know what kind of diapers and car seats that people are buying, but in my first year, I don't think my kid cost me $5,000 to $6,000. I'm just saying, the second and third year, that costs a lot of money, but I don't know. I could be wrong. All right, don't at me. I would say though, open up and start investing in your kid for stocks in your kids early though. That's what I would say. It says Ralph doesn't understand what I'm saying. Shaking my head. Sad world. Sorry, I understand exactly what you're trying to say. All right. Barnes and Jackson. Oh yeah, I can't stand. Yeah. I have nothing on that. Your guy says silk disposable diapers. What? That's interesting. All right. Let's get to our next question though. Let's get to our next. This is also going to be a good one. Which we might have to get the clone on this one too. But maybe I'll offer my thoughts and then maybe I'll get the clone. Maybe not. Who knows? You guys might be liking the clone a little bit too much tonight. All right. So let's get to the next question.
Another one.
Will AI take over our tech jobs? Interesting. This one might be more of a comment, right? It says, to everyone who thinks AI will take our jobs, there are some junior folks who are having second thoughts about engineering career. I had to write some reasonably trivial code, a Flask API for Mongo backend with some specific handlers. Given that I'm a Go developer, I wanted to save some time and use ChatGPT 4.0 to help me speed things up. 4 hours wasted, endless code that didn't do what is needed, ended up writing it myself. Whoever thinks AI will replace engineers is either having some agenda or a complete moron. That's harsh.
How dare you?
That was not nice at all. But let me start up our timer for this one. So, will AI take over our tech jobs? So, I don't think AI is going to take over tech jobs at all, right? AI, as I've always said, it is a help, a boost, an enhancement. But if you're going to make a prompt that says, I need a Python code for a Mongo backend and think that's going to cut it, you are sadly mistaken. See, I think AI does best when specific questions are asked to do a very specific thing. Like so a lot of developers that I know, they use like a Copilot or something like that to feed in the AI, like to feed in what something specific they're looking for, or some type of insight, and maybe not necessarily the code. The people who think that AI is going to take over everything are those junior developers. They are those junior developers, and they're honestly, their coding skills just aren't that good. They'll chat GPT anything. And so instead of actually learning the fundamentals of QA, or not QA, but of engineering, QA included, testing included, right? But the fundamentals of engineering and like object-oriented programming and stuff like that, they'll just ask for the code to be given to them, and they'll just copy and paste, and then they don't know, so what happens is they don't know how to troubleshoot what's being provided to them, or how to understand, how to comprehend it. So reading is fundamental. Simple as that. So that's why I think that argument is always happening. You have the people who went through the fire, and those people are also building out the AI. But AI can only spit out what's being given to it, and then it can try to rearrange it and mold it and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's still going to be like, you're not going to take like this code and just pop it in here and think, oh, it's going to be all good to go. It just doesn't work that way. Like, for me, when I use AI, it's for the stuff that I don't want to do. Right? As simple as that. It's so if you think you're going to use AI to do your job, it's not going to work that way. It's not going to work that way. And I agree with what this person is saying, right? Like I've seen like, I'll be coaching people, like in the past, and like, all right, we need to create this thing, and they'll just say, ChatGPT, create this for me, and then I'm like, okay, what is this? Like, a lot of times people end up spending more time using AI than, like, this person said they wasted 4 hours of to see some crappy code. Now, I do think AI is going to get a lot better in the future, but I think that is, here's the thought, right? The more you can do, the more you can output. So if you become very, very well versed with the technology, imagine how these dock workers are like going frantic over automation, right? But imagine if they would embrace the automation, and they would stop holding on to these type of jobs that they did 50, 60 years ago. Right? And they would embrace technology. Now, imagine how much more you could actually process. So more things are flowing in and flowing out based on the technology, because you have to upskill. You have to upskill, like your car said. Now you have to retrain. Now, who's going to pay for that retraining? I don't know. But you have to embrace the technology, because now you can do more. For me, I'm able to do more. Every time I embrace a new piece of technology, I can do more. The the clone, for instance, right? It can work while I'm sleeping. And from the conversations that I have with the clone, it does pretty damn good. I'm impressed by the work the clone does. So what I'm saying is that you can either have AI be your enemy or it can be your friend. Do you want AI to be your enemy or your friend? I'm gonna be friends with AI, and we're gonna work together, and we're gonna run it up, and we are going to win. All right. So that is my thoughts on that question again. All right. Let me see what the chat is saying because who knows? Do they agree? Do they disagree? I don't know. Let's see what we're going for. Let me see. Mitch, as people still asking that question, and your card says Charmin Deluxe. It says, I keep telling people the bottleneck with AI is that it has to get info from humans. Yup. If the humans are wrong, it's a good chance the AI will spit out the wrong answer. AI has no real equals true. Exactly. And something I said is, as well, Yakar. So everyone wants to use AI, right? But nobody wants their data to be used. Nobody wants their data to be used, but they all want to use AI. We got stop the show. We got my guy in the building, Darcel Chapman. Shout out to you, Darcel. And I see you that you've been working on your cybersecurity stuff, and I want to say that I am so proud of you. Keep going. Let's go.
We the best. I appreciate you.
Shout out to Darcel as always. And Mitch says, not gonna mess with you today. Evil Ralph told me you were good out there. Yeah, I reached out to Darcel. He said he was good. I was like, all right, just gotta make sure my guy Darcel is chilling and he is not in any trouble and distress. I had to check up on my guy. All right. Let me see. So Peter Investor says concept of a singularity. All right. Let's see what this concept of a singularity is. But your car says, I seen the Terminator. I know what AI can do. Don't threaten me with a good time. Don't threaten me with a good time. Those people, those junior developers and those people on the dock, they're like,
Do not come.
And AI says, I'm coming. Let me see. So, Peter Investor says, technological growth becomes uncontrollable and irreversible, resulting in unforeseeable consequences for human civilization. Well, we will cross that bridge when we get there. You just can't stop technology. You cannot stop technology. Your question says AI would consider use as a waste of resources. They need the water to build more data centers. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let me see. Some say the chance of happening is 5% or less. AI used as a tool is great for humanity. I agree. I mean, I don't know about humanity, but it is great for me. It does. It alleviates so much work for me. Like I don't even take meetings when I go. I don't even take notes when I go to meetings. And when I'm in meetings, right? It will take all the notes and stuff like that, and then it'll send an email to me and to the person that I was meeting with a recap of the meeting. And sometimes they can even watch the video playback of the meeting. So I'm just saying. I fully embrace AI. Just saying, right? And your car absolutely loves my thumbnails. All right. I'm just saying, and that's AI as well. That all my thumbnails are now AI as well. I'm just saying. Let me see. It says that's a compliment. Ralph hates people. You one of the lucky ones. I do not hate anybody. Take it back, Mitch. Take it back.
How dare you?
Let me see. It says I appreciate you. On track for Cyber Career 2025. No days off. That's what let's clap it up for Darcel. Your card says AI is in A and I. It's the cloud, and the cloud is up there. You used. Okay, I know what's going on. It says AI is in A and I, right? It's the cloud, right? And the cloud is up there, not over there or down here or there, because a cloud can't be down there. The water would be down there, right? But the cloud is up there. And you use the cloud with the A and the I. All right? I'm just saying. I'm just saying, all right? I'm just saying that's. And don't forget your card. Don't forget. The children of the community are, guess what? You'll never guess. You'll never guess. You'll never guess what they are. They're the children of the community. I'm just saying. You would have never guessed that. All right. Let me see. Mitch says FinOps cloud. True. You know, the cloud up there, the FinOps cloud up there, which is going to give you $25,000 to buy a house and $50,000 tax deduction to start a small business. All right. Let's see. So it says, is this guy playing charades? That's a good question. That is a good question, Mitch. And Alexa says, loud? I'm trying with the accent, all right? Anyways, let's continue. Do me a big favor. If you haven't done this already, if you're having fun with us, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time that we go live and drop new content. And if you want to call in and ask me a question, the link is pinned to the top of the chat, and it is in the chat as well, and it is in the description. So feel free to hit the link if you have a question. I'll be more than happy to talk to you, all right? But with that being said, we're going to get to our next question. Oh, yeah, check out techcoachdrive.dev, sign up for free. Tons of amazing content over there. Let's run it up. Let's go over to here, and we're going to get to our next question.
Another one.
How to break into a Mang company as that. You know what? That is a great, not the question is great, but it is, but the Mang part, because I was like, you remember FANG? Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google. But I was like, well, shouldn't the F be changed to a M because it's Meta now? And how come X isn't on there? Why can't it be Xmang? Or Xmang, because there's two A's in there, right? I'm just saying. Anyway, I'm just reading the question, right? But the question goes, so how to break into Mang companies as an SDET. I'm interested in a career as a software development engineer and test at one of the Mang companies. What kind of skills and knowledge are essential for this role? Do the interviews for SDET positions differ from those for developer roles? All right, so that is a great question. Let's start our timer. So, how to break into a Mang company? Well, honestly, maybe back during the pandemic, you could have had a better chance of breaking in with absolutely zero experience. But then you probably wouldn't be able to get a job anywhere else once they laid you off, right? I'm just saying.
Bruh.
But I would say to break into a Mang company as an SDET, you probably want to, if you are not a QA engineer already at whatever level, you probably want to start at a smaller size company to start building up that experience, because the SDET work that they do at these big companies, they are serious. You're not going to be saying, I just want to do manual testing. Right? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So if you want to break into a Mang company, I would say, all right, so you got to level up your automation skills. You got to level up your cloud skills. Get familiar with AWS, get familiar with Google Cloud Platform, get familiar with Azure, right? You want to get familiar with building testing frameworks. You want to get familiar with grid technology, so like Selenium Grid. You want to get familiar with like Playwright. Those like you like, and it's not specifically with those particular tools, but you want to get familiar with the concepts, because for me, I can switch from Selenium in just about any language to Playwright in just about any language to Cypress if I had to, if you're into that type of stuff, right? If you're into that type of stuff,
Bruh.
I can switch to Cypress. Not my favorite, but and if like I don't do C# programming, but if I had to, I would pick it up in about 3 hours maybe, and then I would say this as well, right? I would say this. I'm going to talk about this more on Thursday and probably on Monday's Candid Conversation, but I would learn front-end development, software development, because that is only going to make stronger your QA skills. Because while as an SDET, they'll ask you a lot of developer-related questions. Probably want to do what is that thing called leak code, because I heard they're pretty that's a pretty popular thing for those companies. But not only about the development skills, but it's also about the QA skills, about your quality skills. Because as a software developer engineer in test, then I would expect you to build frameworks, to be able to pass data, to optimize your code. It's a whole nother level. It's a whole nother ball game, right? And I don't think that just trying to go straight into a man company is going to, it's going to be hard. If you have that experience already, then go for it. But I would say start and work your way up, build up that resume, be the lead at a smaller company so that you can pioneer different things. So that way, once you start applying for those man companies, like, oh damn, that resume is super impressive, all right? I want to talk to that guy or to that woman. And I want to interview them to see, like, hey, maybe we can maybe like, and now you can say, oh, I've done this, I've done that, I've accomplished this, I have this framework. Build a framework, an open source framework, put it on GitHub and whatever. Build it in a couple of different languages, who knows? And now you have something to put on your resume to talk about. See, a lot of times people like to put these useless projects on their resume because, oh, I did a little bit of automation. I automated, the Amazon flow or Legos or whatever, which is stuff that I've done just to like create content. But if you were to say, like, I've created a framework that is in Python, I've created a framework for a node module that people can just import, because something that Netflix recently released, they released they called it Super Test, I think. No, was it Super Test? I forgot what was the name of that Netflix thing? Netflix testing framework. Was it Super Test? Safe Test. It was Safe Test. We tried it here. It was a disaster, but that's a whole nother story. But build something and put it out there in the public domain where other people can use it, and create a video showing how to use it so that you can put that content out there, and that gives you more leverage. Advocate for people to use your framework and get feedback on things that are not working, get feedback on enhancements, and being out there in the public domain gives you even more leverage. So upskill, build something, put it out there in the public domain, and that gives you a way better chance of landing one of those ex-Mang company roles, all right? Ex-Mang company roles, all right? That is my thoughts on the matter. Hopefully that helps. All right, let's check the chat real quick, see what we've got going. Let me see. Where's my mouse? All right, there goes my mouse. Let me see. We got. It says, was that a Kamala accent? I don't really know what her accent would be because it changes every other day. So that's hard to answer. It's hard to answer because it changes every other day. I'm just saying. All right. Again, Facebook is still meta chump. Well, I know that, but the name is Meta. Like, it used to be called Facebook. The parent company used to be called Facebook. Now it's called Meta. So you don't work for Facebook. You work for Meta. And who are you calling chump? Chump? I haven't said that in a while, and I wanted to. All right, I'm just saying. It says, let's just say the truth. Your LLC name doesn't matter. Okay, I see. So that is a question. Why do you think it's so hard to get into one of those companies? It can't just be because most people want to work there. I just think most people don't have the skills, to be honest with you. Like, it's a lot of people apply for it, and most people don't have the skills. I know I have somebody that I work with, as he was a senior software engineer. He applied for some like he was applying for I think he was applying for Facebook / Meta. He applied for when I say applied, he actually interviewed with them. Facebook, Netflix, Lyft, Uber, and he had his choice of who he wanted to work for, and he had his brother also had offers from Netflix and all these other companies, and so they had the choice. But they've worked on some pretty amazing stuff. So when you you got it, you got it. When you don't, then sorry, you don't. All right. It says international employees and programs. Wait, what? It says international employees and programs take up a lot of those jobs, and they don't like to admit it. Look at IBM. Damn near 1/3 Indians now. Hey, what is the? I'll tell you this. I will tell you this, right? When hiring is so hard. Hiring is so hard. Trying to find the people that have the skill set to match what you're hiring for is not easy. I've been interviewing, like, when I was interviewing people in the past, and would have some jobs that would be open for like months because we couldn't find qualified people. So and it could be like the people who might qualify, they wanted like more than the company could afford, and then the people who we would pay like what we could pay, they couldn't do the job. So it's a balance. It says I saw that video too. I didn't really understand until it was almost over. I don't know what video you're talking about. Legos. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Lego. I see. I haven't said it's Lego. It's not Lego. So my bad. I got spoken to about saying it wrong. It says the card says pissed him off when he realized how much that it was lying to tech majors. They think the job market is bigger. That's what it actually is. Once you remove those jobs that they take up, we shall see. It says, if you build, they will come. All right. It says, you better thank a tech, Pookie. That was a good one, Jakarta. That was a good one. You better thank a union member working at the docks, which is why you're not gonna get your food, your produces from South America and from China and stuff like that for the next coming weeks because they went on strike. Just saying. I'm just saying. It happens. It happens. Let me see. So stop putting unrealistic expectations out there. What are you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about? Funny when Ralph doesn't agree. What? I don't agree or disagree. I just but But what unrealistic expectations are you talking about? Let's see. I'm just saying. Anyways, let's get to our next question of the night. Let's see.
Another one.
Bad boss made me leave my job. Now they want me back. Back then, they didn't know me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Mike Jones. All right, so left my job because of bad boss and they just text me. I left my last job because I had a horrible boss and the culture was horrible as well. My quote-unquote exit interview was extremely uncomfortable and my boss told me to my face that certain negative situations that occurred never happened and I was hearing things. They were gaslighting you, okay. A month out of that toxic place, my ex-boss texts me, "Hey, big head." I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, all right? It's a good text, but the entire thing is a trigger. I hate the word trigger. Your car knows why. I'm just saying. I left for a reason, and we are not friends. Now we have bad blood.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
What do I do? Just delete and ignore her? Should I talk to my current HR partners to explain why I left my old job and that she is still contacting me about my old job? Why would they care? Like, why would your new job care that your old job is contacting you? What do you want them to do? I am not working at the same location, but my new job is technically a part of the same system. What? What does that mean? I know this seems dramatic, but my counselor, you mean your therapist, told me I have workplace PTSD from the entire situation, and I'm just tired of this affecting my life. And an update says, I replied back professionally saying, please do not provide any additional updates, aka do not contact me again. Kept the message, and if they keep reaching out, I will talk to HR. More clarification. I work in a different company, but my new and old company are in the same system. I don't know what that means. So they are connected technically. Finally, workplace PTSD does sound a bit much. However, I still did not see the point of living when I had this old job. What the hell? What? Wait, what? I lost 15 pounds and I'm 50 and I'm already small and had severe depression for almost a year. Getting just a text from my previous job gave me a panic attack. So judge it how you want. All right. Anyways, whatever. All right. I'm going to say this, right? I'm just going to say this. Do not let a job make you suicidal. Just, if you get to that point, if you get to the point where a job is making you suicidal, can we say that word on YouTube? I don't know if I can say that on YouTube, right? Then you probably should have been looking to leave a long time ago. Why do people start the clock? Let me start the clock, right? And I'll call in the clone for this one too, right? Why do people stay at miserable jobs for so long? Now, based on the compensation, there is a level of misery that that I'm willing to take, right? If the pay is good, then as Will Smith said, when he had to in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, when he had to choose between his Jazz and that other friend on who would help him in the game show, and he chose Carlton, and that he said that, you know what, the wind in my eyes will dry my tears. I will use my money as a Kleenex, right? But if you're not getting paid that well and you're letting a job make you suicidal, lose 15 pounds, then you should why do people torture themselves? why don't you look for another place? Why don't you look to enhance your skill set? Why don't you look for a way out? Why, I never understand why people will choose to be miserable for such a long time. And you know, so that part I never understood, right? But I am happy that this person is out. And why, if your old job is texting you, if your old boss that you hate is texting you, there is a little button on the phone or whatever that says block. You can block them, right? The same way that some people block their exes as soon as they break up with them. You can, like, just block all exes, all right? Whether it's an ex-friend, an ex-wife, an ex-husband, an ex-boyfriend, an ex-girlfriend, an ex-boss, block them all. Block them all. Block them all.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Don't let anybody make you feel like you want to hurt yourself, you know, or make you lose an unnecessary amount of weight. And whatever else that you said you were suffering through. Now, your new job, I don't like if somebody came and told me that oh, my old job is contacting me, I'm like, all right, block them. Like why are you still talking to your old job? Like, you know, I don't know. It just seems weird. And but wait. I would have texted like, well, I don't work there anymore, but if you want to bring me on as a consultant, then I will do the work for and I would triple what I was charging before, you know? I mean, because like I said earlier, 0 bags fumbled. Because hey, if you want to bring me on as a consultant, then you know, I remember like jobs would text me like, hey, do you remember this? Nope. Hey, do you remember that? Nope. Hey, I have a question. Nope. Just saying. I'm just saying. But if you want to bring me on as a consultant, then by all means, pay me my money, right? But let's see what the I want to call in the clone, right? Let's call in the clone.
Hi, I'm Tech Coach Ralph. How can I help?
Hey, Tech Coach Ralph. So I have this person, right, who they say they're suffering from workplace PTSD. They left their previous job because they absolutely hated and despised their boss, and the company was toxic, but their old boss just texts them and they don't know what to do. What are your thoughts real quick?
All right, let's cut to the chase. If your friend is dealing with workplace PTSD from a toxic environment, the last thing they need is to re-engage with someone who contributed to that stress. It's crucial they protect their mental health first. I'd suggest they assess their current emotional state and consider setting boundaries. They might want to block or ignore the message, or if they feel up to it, respond with a firm but polite decline to any offers or requests. The key here is to avoid being drawn back into a negative situation. Has your friend considered seeking professional support to help navigate these feelings and develop coping strategies?
I have 2 questions for you, right? Do you think it's appropriate if they respond, if you text me again, you will catch these hands? And do you think they should start jujitsu to help them get over their workplace PTSD?
All right, let's tackle this. Telling someone they'll catch these hands might feel satisfying in the moment, but it's not the most constructive approach. It's better to maintain your cool and set clear boundaries without escalating things. Now, about jujitsu, absolutely. It's a fantastic way to channel energy, build confidence, and relieve stress. I've found it to be the best therapy, especially when you're focused on not getting choked out by someone twice your size. It's empowering and can help your friend regain a sense of control and resilience. Have they considered any other activities to help with their recovery?
I don't know, but I'll think about it. But thank you so much for your help. I really, really appreciate it. Bye. Well, there you have it. There you have it. That was great answer. That was a great answer. Let's wrap that question up. Let me check the chat and see what is going on. Job descriptions. Okay. Hey, look, Mitch. It's a negotiation, all right? They're going to try to get the best that they can for the least amount of money. And on the other side, they're going to try to do as least as possible for the most amount of money. And you got to meet in the middle somewhere, right? I'm just saying. Let's see. It says Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones. It says Sigma Sprint is coming up. What does that mean? What does that mean? Can you offer some clarification to that, please, Yakar? Let me see. So Alexa says, wait just a minute now. And it happens all the time. Wall Street is a perfect example. Well, if you don't want, if Wall Street is stressing you out, then don't work on Wall Street. But you might have to sacrifice the lavish lifestyle and the expensive suits. But at the end of the day, you made the choice. You made the choice, right? It says maybe a parent company has other companies under them, so they are connected. That makes sense. Yeah, that's a high possibility. That makes sense. It says why? Because they need it. I don't know. It says, would you pick a game show? Who would you pick on a game show? Me or your car? What? The right answer is neither. That's a good one. That is a good one. that was a great one. You know, Mitch, remember what I said earlier, right? I'm gonna bring that question back up for a second. I grew up a middle class kid. All right, and I had a neighbor who had very, very nice lawn. All right, I grew up a middle class kid, so that's the answer to that question. All right. Let me see. Let me see. I'm stressed all the time when I'm here. What? Don't say that, Mitch. Don't say that. It says, I hate I hate that. Oh my God. That is like when people say I love that for you. Oh my God. That is my pet peeve. Oh my goodness. I hate that. Oh yes, please pray for him. These hands are for everybody. Oh my goodness. So Darcel throwing those hands too says he tries to throw jabs. No, I answered your question. I grew up a middle class kid. All right, that's the answer. Says, Lord, not the backstory. I'm just saying. All right, it is 8:56. I'm going to wrap it up with that. Right, so we had some great questions tonight. Mitch had some amazing questions. Shout out to my guy Darcel in the building. Shout out to Alexis. Shout out to your car. I really, really appreciate you all. You guys are the best. And shout out to Peter Investor as well with that super chat. I really, really appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
And shout out to Jupiter. Shout out to everybody who hung out with me in the chat today. We had an amazing, amazing time. Hopefully, I was able to answer your questions. Do we have any others? Nope, no other chats. All right, we're going to wrap it up. So, you guys know, I have a question for you. Now. The question, as always, is...
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
I am very, very well entertained. We had a great time. I missed you guys last week. So happy to be back in the building with you all. But you guys know, especially with the strikes happening on the dock, that yesterday's price is not today's price. Today's price is not tomorrow's price. And tomorrow's price is certainly not going to be the price that it is in about a week to two when inflation skyrockets back, because the price of those golden eggs are going to be at $30 now. They're going to be at $30. Yep. And then, it is what it is. It is what it is, because the same way that winter is coming, automation is coming. Automation is here. My guy Marlo says.
One more thing. Price of the brick going up.
The price of the brick going up. You know what? And here's the thing with the price of the brick, right? Here's the thing with the price of the brick. I have the people that I'm coaching who's advocating for me to raise my prices. They're telling me to raise my prices. I'm like, I'm trying to be like Mitch and be for the people, but they're like, nah, you need to raise your price. I'm coaching them. They're telling me to raise the prices. They're telling me to raise. I'm like, I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to. I am trying not to, but they're telling me so. I'm going to try to fight it off as much as I can. I'm going to try to fight it off as much as I can. And Alexis says, you was acting brand new with them Nebraska folks. Shout out to my Nebraska folks. Those are my people. Those are my people over there in Nebraska. Nebraska is awesome. Nebraska is awesome, right? I'm just going to say that right now. Nebraska is awesome. And Mitch says, you should raise the price, though. I should, but I'm trying to help, right? I'm trying to help. This is how I give back, right? This is how the one way that I give back. This is how I do it, Mitch. So I'm trying, but I'm telling you, once the spots run out, the spots run out, but it is what it is. It is what it is, right? But let me see. Just price match. And Alexa's like, some people are grandfathered in. She's like, y'all need to speak for yourselves. Y'all need to speak for y'all. I hear you. I hear you, Alexis.
Do not come.
Anyways, let's go watch this debate. You guys have an amazing, amazing night. This is Tech Coach Ralph. We are out.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts. Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again. Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.